broom closet. Yes.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, fine. It seems like you're going to do that little thing again. Alright, anyways, what is up, YouTubers? John's here, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Deluxe Edition. Now,
Into a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
not yet. Actually, yes, that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, narrator. But the reason why I don't have the bucket yet, there's actually two other endings I can do without the bucket that I just figured out. Well, I looked it up earlier this morning. But the first one we're going for is Stanley's famous ending. And what I have here is follow the normal ending path until you take the elevator down to the mind control facility. From here, stay in the elevator and ride it back up. Players will need to repeatedly send the elevator back up until they reach a new area. So there was something with the up button. I thought that might have been something, but I never thought about going down and then back up. So that's what we're going to be doing. Oh, well, I guess the game kind of reset a bit.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had...
I'll just go let him say the code.
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
The correct code.
Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
But yeah, we are going to try to get all the endings done in this episode, so we got to go down first. And then we were supposed to bring the elevator back up, apparently. That's something, until we reach a new area. That's going to be what we need to do. So we probably have to go up and down a few times, if I know. And then there's something with an epilogue ending, which... you kind of have to boot up the game a few times. I already did the second part where you have to add in the time again, and you have to put it accurate for the first time. Or the first two times, and then you can do whatever for the second time. But I think I'll try to put it accurate for the other times as well.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
Aw, see, now it says up. But Stanley couldn't take the pressure.
Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Yeah, how can you miss that?
Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Good question. Why did Stanley do that? Is this going to be back at the boss's office? Yep, okay. Oh, wait. This gives me an option. Is this a new area?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office.
Yep.
Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice office.
The plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive, rapid-fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow.
Yep.
I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
I know, it's very interesting. Okay, now I can go back down, and then I'm going to go back up again.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Because I'm smart. Because I am smart and you are not. And back up we go.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Yep.
I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
But what if, now hear me out, what if it's the boss's office? Oh, look at that. It's the boss's office again. I did not see that coming.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Oh. I guess we're got put on hold, guys.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Oh my God. This is great.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Master Stanley. I see. Master Stanley. We see our next narrative is Stanley goes down the elevator shaft again.
Of course. Going back down the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Wow. This ending's fun. I'm gonna try to get all the endings in this episode too, so it's gonna probably be a long one. Up. What, nothing to say? Nothing to say this time? Going back up the elevator. Didn't see that one coming. Alright, new area?
You know what?
Oh.
I just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony,
The suspense.
Anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill.
The real thrill.
I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises?
I know, come on, go faster.
And then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years. And it's really...
Oh, I thought we were going to stop here.
You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know.
Where's that skip button?
Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know
They
if
do,
you
and
realize
look up
the
to me.
impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better.
Oh.
Oh, good, we're here.
Hello, this...
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
World's healthiest human being. All track revealed. How did we do it? The pyramids. Live the guy who went to Mars. Oh. Live on stage. All eyes on Stanley. Oh, so this is what I mean by Stanley being famous. World Peace Baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
Tonight, live on stage. There's another Stanley thing over there. There's a door there. The world's first scientist machine.
Right.
To stage. Welcome, Stanley.
You're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a
I have my own
truly
friggin' dressing room.
narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get them.
I'm just trying to read some of this. It's hard to read because I can't look directly at it because of the chair, but if you guys can zoom in and see it for yourself, then go right ahead. My many, many fans. Oh look, it's my face. Ah yes, hello my wonderful fans. Just gonna turn that down a little bit. The fame, it's too much. Is that the end? Yep. Alrighty. Well, there's one other ending that doesn't involve the bucket, but I think I'm going to try to do everything else with the bucket first, because I don't think I could get this other ending without the bucket. So, let's go do the bucket ending.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Perhaps. Good, I didn't... Oh, right, I could probably put up the volume again.
Another thrilling adventure together.
Oh, yes, and this time we're going to go out into the void.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Come on, bucket. Going to do this ending together.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now,
Yes.
and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed.
Really, Bucket
the
Jim?
lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger.
If
Of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket?
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil wizard Gamhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power.
Oh.
Its hands glistening like... My God, Stanley.
No!
You did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you who already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power.
The bucket was gonna kill us. It was for our only good.
By the bucket's power, I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery here today. Come, let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Damn you, evil bucket. How could you do this to us, Bucket Jim? Alright, well, that was interesting. Let's go grab a bucket again. I don't think I could do the bucket one in this spot, though. I don't think. Yeah, I guess it's closed, so...
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had said, "Where are we going today?" the bucket asked. Stanley...
Yeah, it doesn't open. Unless...
they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Yeah, it won't let us in, so we can't do that ending with the bucket. But I think there's at least 2 on the left side I still have to do. I mean, I know I said there was 1, but I thought of one other one down in this direction. So we're going to do that one first, before we do the one we said we would.
The bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
And entered the door on his left. I like how the stickers just kind of stayed on.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
up to the boss's office. Alright. But we're not going to go in all the way. We're going to try to get out as soon as we can. Damn it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I have to restart. I failed. I had it for a quick second, but then it closed too much, and I couldn't get open. It's possible, though. It's possible. Speedrun. Let's go. Speedrun and with the bucket.
What could it mean?
Yeah. What could it mean?
Decided to go to the meeting.
Come on, Bucket Jim. Bucket Jim.
A strong bucket.
A strong bucket. A humble bucket. The greatest bucket. This is the greatest bucket. I'm already way ahead of you, narrator. Or should I say, mean the bucket are.
Still no one was here.
No one.
Needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever.
More than ever. Upstairs.
Was coming to a staircase.
Coming to a staircase. Walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stanley and the bucket. Okay, let's see. Alright, bucket. We're going back the way we came. Alright. Onwards. Back the way we came. We're not gonna listen to the narrator, okay, Bucket? You and me are going to be free. We're gonna go to the escape pod. We're gonna live a happy life together, Mr. Bucket. Let us go, Mr. Bucket. I might have just said no buckets allowed. If we just get that one ending where no buckets are allowed ending. What if I could just place you back down? That'd be funny. Okay, here we go. Let's go, Bucket. The end is never the end, it's never the end, it's never the end. Alright, we're out here, let's go. That's the way we need to go. Yeah, alright, so we gotta go upstairs again with the bucket. I don't know if this one's gonna be different. I mean, I've been wrong before with a bunch of the others, because I always thought they'd be somewhat similar. But, like, this one, I don't really see it because we don't even have the narrator to tell a different story now, so... I mean, we'll see what ending we can get with the bucket. It's probably really nothing, it's probably the same ending, but we'll see. Alright, about 2 more floors. We'll be there. What if I just looked into the office and they were just full of buckets? Just imagine. Oh, imagine it's like the escape bucket. Oh, it would have been funny if it said the escape bucket's down this way. Okay, I still got the bucket. There it is. Go on, bucket. Oh, wait. We're actually going into the escape pod? Bucket. You need to escape without me, Bucket. I can never leave. You must go on without me, Bucket. Go on without me, Mr. Bucket. I will never forget you. I got you out of this hellhole. Go on, Mr. Bucket. Be free. Be free, Mr. Bucket. And the bucket was freed. Nice. Of course they put some interesting ending for the bucket there. Alrighty, one last ending to the left side. That's going to be everything else on the right.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. No. No, I didn't know. I didn't think this was. Wait, no. This is not good. Well, this is interesting. Let me begin the game again. See if it's back. If not, I'll quit. At least quit in the game. I can at least kind of get the epilogue ending faster. But let's see.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
Okay, good. It's back.
And constantly needed support.
The bucket did escape, but then it somehow came back. Alright, let's go, bucket. We got one more ending to the left.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
Yes.
And entered the door on his left.
Also, apparently this morning, my dog, once again, bothered a skunk.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now.
Just thought I'd give that information.
Perhaps his boss's office.
Alright, down.
To a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No, they walked downstairs to the ending loop. Come on, Mr. Bucket.
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then, something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket.
What?
Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
This is someone else's
I am not
bucket.
with someone else's bucket.
How?
This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good will come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. Indeed,
It's my bucket.
now he noticed the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. Now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed.
Oh.
My bucket, I've gone truly mad.
I've gone
Where is
truly
it?
mad.
I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it calling to him. Stanley! Stanley!
Bucket.
It's me, the bucket.
Bucket, I'm coming.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None
Oh.
of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Bucket. Bucket.
He had
Bucket.
to find the bucket.
I don't know if you remember
He had to
buckets.
return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity.
Bucket,
And then suddenly,
where are you?
froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Inside of me.
It was incredibly painful.
Oh.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Of course, the woman had to come back.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
With her bucket.
She rose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of confidence,
Of course.
and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place.
Oh, that's what happened.
How cruel the world can be.
How cruel.
She hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she hadn't the time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work. Amazing endings with buckets. I think I like all the bucket endings. They're fun. So that should be everything on the left side now. So, right side. Time to go to the right side.
Sitting there, Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes, days,
Yes.
centuries? Did something the embrace of an old
Buck.
friend, a weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Yes. To the right.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
Hang
this
on.
better than
Well, I
what
will
it
just say
looked?
here.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Yeah, how insightful. It's a very nice lounge room, Mr. Bucket. You definitely picked a good room. It's a very, very nice room, Mr. Bucket.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure.
Ah, yes.
Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What
Oh,
a
yes.
thrilling journey
Great
the bucket
memories.
had inspired.
Just gonna sit here for a moment. Clear my voice.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
I like how they always acknowledge the bucket whenever we pick it up for the story. It's amazing.
Stanley decided to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
I can sense it. The bucket and the employee lounge. What's that, Mr. Bucket? You want to move on? Okay.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
Alrighty. So there's two endings I want to do before going towards the telephone, which honestly is there's the one vent area, which is apparently in the original game. I didn't know that before, but apparently it was. And then of course there's the confusion ending with the bucket, which would be interesting. Let's do the vent one first. Well, actually, we can also jump off and die there as well. Well, we'll try to do the vent one first.
No, said the bucket.
No.
Go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Oh, that's how you get down properly. I went down the more risky path. Alright, Bucket, let's go through the vent. Through the vent we go. I guess it would make sense that there's a ramp there. Bucket, where are we? Look, Bucket, it's a recording section. Oh. Bucket?
Okay, this is day number 295. Take number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling.
Stanley?
And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
Damn. I was thinking that could have been Stanley, but I think that's actually just a different person. Because I think he was actually just listening to the tape recording. I thought for a second it was like, is that Stanley talking? Because Stanley can speak? What is a wife?
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap.
I know, whatever I...
Some bread and
Why is
coffee,
my door
whichever
open?
ones you like.
Wait, hold on. Wait.
Thanks, sweetie.
The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker.
Yes,
In time,
wait, hold on.
he would become both of those things. But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
With the bucket.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed. Then
I guess it doesn't affect.
had years gone by? He no longer had the
Probably because it's not a 100% thing you can do every time, so...
If he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to.
I'll just let it play out.
What to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Yeah, it's just the normal ending. Probably because he can't normally get in there with the bucket, I just kind of got lucky with that. I guess it has to be something you can normally always kind of do. So, yeah. Alrighty.
All of his co-workers were gone.
It was at least fun to see if what would happen.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow.
I'm a very lucky fellow to have this lucky bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to
The meeting room. And
But Stanley
Stanley.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the...
Alright, let's go to the confusion in passage.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No.
Never mind, the bucket was wrong. So yeah, we'll do the stuff with the phone after. But let's go over here. No, we're gonna be confused, okay, right, Bucket? Let's go.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find
Oh?
this place eventually.
The broom closet.
Your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Wait, is this an
We've come together
intervention?
here because we care about you very much. It's this
Computer?
bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never
No,
seen
the bucket is
before.
my best friend, and you can't change that.
But you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Nah.
Make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I'm down for this music again. I'll actually look around to the area. Come on, Mr. Bucket. We're on another adventure on...
Now, this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes. It's as classic now as you want.
I hate you.
Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No, not the bucket. No. I would never. I would never give up my precious bucket. Where's this
Don't you
line?
get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
No.
it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No. No, no, no.
Guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Destroys
Let me
buckets?
spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket.
No.
And then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
No.
Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality.
I'm trying to turn it off. No.
I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer,
Oh, I can't leave.
you'll see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We
No.
can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
And then we died. At least I died with my bucket. That's all that matters. Oh? Is that this Bucket Destroyer machine?
Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. for the moment in time that you were here. You were magnificent.
Rip the bucket destroyer machine. Alright, we'll go and actually destroy the bucket this time to see the other ending. I don't want to destroy the bucket, but to get all the possible bucket endings, we're gonna have to.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers.
It's totally what I did.
Well by himself. It takes a lot of
You know what, I'll just cut the episode here because I need to stop the recording anyways, and then we'll get back to that specific ending, so I'll be right back.
because, well,
Da 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 da. We're gonna destroy a buck. Oh. We're almost here, so that's why I started the episode up again.
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley.
Good old
Let's give them
classic.
more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't
Yep,
forget,
gonna have to give up the
we
bucket.
need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
The bucket destroyer.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game. It's
Listen,
such a
Bucket, I don't want to do
well-fleshed
this,
out character with so much
but it's for an
personality that
ending.
To me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Destroys
Sure, I'm going to
buckets.
spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready. Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
I'm trying to give it the bucket.
What the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your
Okay,
bucket.
did you really not destroy the bucket?
It's all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable?
I guess we
characters?
can't.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer,
I'm trying.
its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of bucket destroyer merchandise.
Alrighty, it's not going in. Oh, I like how it's shaking still. Alrighty. So you can't destroy the bucket. Okay. Fair enough. I tried to, but the bucket looked at me. It's like, bro, come on, man. We don't need this. Alright, now we gotta do stuff with the telephones, and that should be most of the normal endings.
Finally, this is great, he thought to himself. Stanley cradled the bucket in a
Yeah, alone with the bucket. Let's go.
assertive, yet compassionate.
Compassionate.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Was it now? Oh yeah, I guess we need to jump off and die. I forgot about that one too, so
No, never mind.
let's go jump off then.
It was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nope.
No, said the bucket.
No.
Go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Go somewhere else.
Yes, go there. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
I couldn't bear to live without the bucket. I had to keep it with me at all costs. Oh. Speedrun, let's go.
Stanley's bucket. The oak Stanley clutched the bucket.
Alright, to the telephone room.
This was not the correct
There could be at least 2 more endings, or 1, depending, but we'll see.
That the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Was it now?
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well,
No, never mind.
The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was so wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back
Nah.
to the meeting room.
You said no.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Good, said the bucket.
Good.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Roger that.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Does that say something? Oh, this is the note. Okay.
In here,
Said the bucket.
go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay. I'll try to unplug the phone after.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Bucket, I'm home. Press down. It's me, your bucket. Press down to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Is that so? Back home.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Best have to go back to work.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you
Bucket.
is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I don't believe you. Don't listen to the loud man. Press X for us to go home. Oh.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket.
Ah,
His stupid
my lovely bucket. In your life except for me. Okay.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Yes.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection, that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just
Of course, it's a great bucket.
what I'm trying to say. Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press A to relive the same day with me over and over again.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
But it's my
I
bucket.
feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket.
That's why to go home. Yeah, back home and all that.
No, I'm having feelings. The bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks.
Oh yes,
What's
bucket.
wrong
Let's
with
make
me? I don't
sweet, sweet
understand.
love.
Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes.
Hell yeah, let's go.
What to do in this troublesome situation? Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me the
No.
bucket, Stanley.
Mine.
I need it.
Stop it.
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. Okay, Mr. Bucket. I will listen to you. God, I didn't know me and the Bucket were in that kind of relationship. I mean, we just met, like, just yesterday. I didn't think this relationship was going to go this quickly. Alright, there's at least one more ending with the Bucket, as I know of.
Perhaps is Stanley without the bucket really
So so let us do it. There is one ending I'm not gonna really show, and that's gonna be the baby one. I'll probably like pull it up on YouTube just to show it, but like, there's no way I'm gonna be playing the baby game for 4 hours. Screw that. I'll probably at least pull it up on YouTube and show you guys the ending, but I am not gonna be doing that ending for sure. Screw that. And to get to baby ending, it's literally like that baby game at the beginning of the series that I did.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nah.
No.
No. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
The cargo lift, yes.
The
Good.
cargo lift, yes.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there
Other
I need
way.
you to do.
I know all that is one ending.
How this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In
Yep.
here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
I obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Oh, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket.
It's not funny.
Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it, but there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one...
Oh, God.
Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is...
Just had to close
What is...
the window. What is comedy?
How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the
Bathroom
joke
breaks
is
for a
concluded,
joke.
it is customary to inform your listener that
So then the
is
joke,
over by
then the
declaring
duck
in
said,
your loudest
"Oh, hang on, I gotta go
possible
pee
voice,
for real."
I'm Dunny with the funny. Let's practice screaming, I'm Dunny with the funny now.
I'm Dunny with a funny. I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm funny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the funny.
This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long
No.
and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, with each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invaders who threaten our very existence,
What?
and will very likely die in a hailstorm.
When did we end up in a war?
All of us must be prepared. here to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Man, a lot of that'd be funny.
This video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So, with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay, if you say so.
This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of
a talking bucket.
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley. The bucket spoke. The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke.
No need to overthink things.
Well, this is definitely a very interesting ending. Dun da dum, da da da. Last time the world was deteriorating. This time it's just the bucket. Jokes about the bucket. Anyways.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Oh.
What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready?
Okay.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Alright, let's go on the door on the left then.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all...
I guess it was supposed to go that way.
There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you?
Yes.
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... It's as though all of your othermost prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Well, let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Do not... It is a business.
Well, the thing is, Stanley doesn't have the bucket. I do.
Pale. What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so mental. I think I saw it playing guitar.
Made by Kevin Brighton. You were definitely such a great narrator for this game. Please say special thanks to the bucket. Well, and I believe that's all the bucket endings. Alright, so that's all the bucket endings. I think that's almost all the other endings. There is one more ending. No, hold on. We're gonna quit. Because we're going to load up the game twice more so we can get the Epilog. That's another thing that we have to do. So I think we have to actually leave and start off the game again. So let's go. And then after this, I'll search up the baby ending so we can at least show that off. Because I am not playing the game for 4 hours. Fuck that. Screw that. I'm definitely not going for 4 hours playing that dumb baby game. Please enter the current time. You got it. It is currently 9:35. Ah, your favorite time of day. I already did the second one off camera, so... or truly not resist giving me the correct time again. After all, I know how much you enjoy setting up your time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious. Well, I mean, it's about... almost. I'm gonna say, like, close, because it's, like, a minute after now. I could just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, of having a great adjustment of these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like time being set. It's good to collect data. I wish I had more time for sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent a new slider to gather new data on you. Shouldn't be too hard. A couple new ones. Should be ready the next time you boot up the game. Okay, so this is where we go back again. This is the other ending I figured out as well. So now we gotta exit the game and boot up the game one more time. I never saw this before, but I definitely noticed this when I actually watched a bit of Jacksepticeye's Let's Play of it. I didn't see anything new from it, obviously, in this episode, but like I at least watched at least episode 1 and most of episode 2. I kind of stopped partway through episode 2 because you just go into an area you didn't see yet, so, you know. But this should be the last ending besides the baby ending, which is, the baby ending is the last ending I haven't gotten, and I'm not gonna get. Oh? It's this again. This. Please adjust your slider until the dog and cat are friends? Interesting. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Wait, isn't this 9? 9. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Octobinonical, or scrumtush? I guess this word? Octobazooka or whatever. Please don't adjust the slider. Got it. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes, there's a clock right in front of me. Is the time that is right now the correct time? Yes. What time is it anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Yes. Help. Yes, I will help you. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. There should be something about an epilogue. Hold on, let me check out the instructions again. Oh. Yeah, let me go check the instructions out real quick. I have a screenshot of it, so... Okay, after completing the new content in the collectibles ending, every time the player starts up the game, they will be able to set a time. They set the time correctly twice. On the third and fourth time, set the time to any number. After this, the player will receive a new epilogue option in the main menu. I don't see that, though. That's the problem. Nothing there. Achievements. 45%, apparently. Don't know how to get 8-8. Speedrun. Complete Stanley Parable in under 4 minutes, not including the load times. I'm thinking that's like the normal ending. Set all setting sliders in the menu to all the available numbers. Interesting. Let me boot up the game again. Or maybe it's like 4 times set the time to any number. We never actually set the time on the 4th attempt, so maybe now we boot up the game again and see what happens. That might be what happens. Also, while the game loads up, I'm going to check what my friend sent me. Just recently. Also, after this, what time is it? Does anyone really truly know? Of course, they don't. Nobody knows anything. Hold up. Alright. Of course, they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I adjusted all the game settings to your exact significance, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyways. Yeah, I've noticed that. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. Well, I mean, unless they're multiplayer. Or online multiplayer. You like being alone, don't you? I mean, it's peaceful at times. That's maybe the only information I can really learn about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Interesting. Now do we get the epilogue? Oh, there it is, the epilogue. Let's see the epilogue. Many, many years later. Years later? Oh. Oh, we're back to here. This was after, we used the skip button so many times. We're back out into the wilderness of Sandland. After we skipped the button to many, many years into the future. Oh. Well, looks like I'm out here surviving on my own, having a nice campfire. Sing campfire song. Is it getting darker? Oh, I had to press a button. Oh, this... chairs. Oh, the chairs. It's the chair graveyard. Bless me. Bless me again. Oh, bless me, Jesus. I just had a sneezing fit. Ooh. Oh. I was about to say, it looks pretty out. The sun rises once again as Stanley pursues a new adventure in this barren wasteland. Oh? Wait, the memory room! I was about to jump, I just realized we still can't jump. There's only the jumping in the jump circle, but... The Stanley Parable 2. Man, this place went down to ruins. Oh, narrator, are you here? God, this place went to shit as well. Hey look, it's the Stanley Parable Adventure Line number 2. Is that a review? Cookie 9 blog. Review on the Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original story, Stanley Parable, which underscore how truly disappointed I am with its sequel, where the first game teamed with originality. Stanley Parable 2 was dull, uninspired, and often insulted to its fan base. Rather than expand what I made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off terribly. No one asked for. An infinite deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? I mean, there's some new endings. What about enjoyable bits from Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired sequence collecting figures. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figures gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting. I welcome a receptive form. Dang. Oh, here's another one. Looks like Cookie 9 didn't approve. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. When Stanley Parable launched to a massive success in 2013, its creator made plans to build the priority into the entire franchise, but the distortion critical and communication representative to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted developers to rethink their admirations. As an outline in the press release they published today, it's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want. Read the press release. We thought that we had a version for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been further from the truth. Please press release going on to promise preserve the artistic integrity of the original game, and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative version. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. View scores in the video game history second. You can't even read the rest of it. I mean, it is technically Stanley Parable 1, just with a few extra stuff, I will admit that. Oh wait, is that the name? Never really saw that in this. Oh, there's 3 ways we can go. There's 2 ways we can go. I think this leads back. Okay, I thought there was another. There's one way we can go. Yeah, it just kind of leads around. Oh, hey, figures. $26. Oh. Hey, that's just a... Wait, hold on. Okay, I was about to say... Can't open any doors. Oh. Hello again. Nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be a Stanley Parable game. Another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve an integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not scarred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making the Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run the franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that's what the narrator's problem. That was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. Oh my gosh. It's simple. All we need to do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gouty. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for the game. Oh god. Oh, we have to... Okay, so there's... Okay, how about now with added... Let's see. More... Oh, we can go to the right. Hold on. I can't go back. For more computer virus Oh. Wait. Stanley Parable. Okay, now, okay, so Unforgivable 427. How about... Now, Unforgivable 427. Sure. Stanley Parable 3, Unforgivable 427. That's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end, and nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I know you are saying it. You know what? No. I understand. Sometimes we're not ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing new sequels, come and talk to me. Right here. Oh, I feel like I need to do that again, but I need to actually stop recording because there's actually a indie direct coming on in a minute, so I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna record it after the Indie Direct, so I shall return. Alrighty, I am back, and I'm at least going to this portion first, since I was already on YouTube, so we're going to look at the baby ending over here. I'm on YouTube doing it now, because obviously I'm not going to be showing this in my actual gameplay, so we're going to actually see this instead, because I'm not playing 4 hours of the game just to get this ending. Screw that. But yeah.
Oh my god, I was here.
Oh.
I was here. I was here.
I guess we have someone else's audio into this. Fear me morals, I am the incent of divine art. You know what, kudos to this guy to actually doing it for 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't have the time for it.
This is going directly on Twitter.
On Twitter. What? No, I didn't mean to press that. Ah! It was this one. No, I wanted to see the text.
Others but you cannot read this text. Oh, yeah, sure.
Whatever. Others but you cannot read this text. So you could pause before. You know, when you die, I will personally carry your spirit across the river BLXWXN into my garden, built within the emotions of a flower. Yeah, you can also tell I'm late. Look at when it was uploaded. Look when this was published. April 27th, 2022. And it's probably like June when this episode comes out, so... Or July, so...
Yeah, that's fair. Holy shit. Yeah. Let's just hope your mic is on. If not, you can vote. You can never do that again.
You can never do that again, yeah. There will be, we will live together, we will dance and eat and sin, and you will do improved comedy based on suggestions from me for all eternity.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Is that so? Sorry, I just want to make sure
You were already in hell. You just escaped. Yeah, improv comedy doesn't seem so bad compared to this.
This is your reward. You work here today.
It's gonna be a fucking... It's going to be a PNG of a dog.
Go now, live your normal human existence, and await me in the life that follows this one.
Bro.
I love you.
Aww, I love you too. Good game. Yeah, fuck you too.
Fuck you too.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
Yep, that's another good reason why I haven't actually did that. So we're gonna go back to the Stanley Parable, the actual Stanley Parable, and we're actually gonna get that other bit now. Might as well show off the rest and kind of put my thoughts into it, since it's pretty much the last thing we're gonna do for the Ultra Deluxe Edition, or should I say the Stanley Parable 2. I feel like after the third episode, I'm probably just gonna call it the Stanley Parable 2. You know, just for the gag, just because apparently it's the Stanley Parable 2, so, you know. But, yeah, honestly, I do love this port, especially with some of the new content. It's definitely fun. I definitely like all the bucket endings. I think they're just, like, more funnier versions of, like, the other endings for the Stanley Parable, so we're gonna go back to the Epilog. But, yeah. Also, off camera, just before recording this portion again, I didn't realize there were hints in-game. Literally when you go to the meeting room and it says, oh, where are the figures? Apparently, there were already hints telling you where to go. I never looked at that, so I found them all on my own without any help whatsoever. I am skilled at games. But But yeah, honestly, I definitely enjoyed some of the new endings and all that. Like, obviously there was a brand new ending, some endings I never discovered myself before. And yeah. There is like one thing I still wonder, like what if you kind of went up the stair? I think that's just kind of continuing on the Stanley Parable normally, I guess, if you didn't go through the vent to start off. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would happen, but you know, it's just interesting to think. But other than that, I'm pretty sure I showed off everything. I'm pretty sure that's everything in-game. I didn't see any other endings. The only thing left to do is just to continue the epilogue and actually say yes this time instead of no. So, we'll soon see what that has to offer. But yeah, I honestly do love this game. It definitely has its funny moments. It has some good storytelling, especially like with choice game. Like, I always love choice-driven games and going the different routes. Like, it's honestly amazing. Also, nice sky. I would look up at the sky for hours. I'm gonna go towards the sun. I will reach the sun. I'll be the first man to be on the sun. Oh. Oh yeah, memory room. Off we go to the memory room. We're obviously not gonna read the reviews again, because we just did that, but, you know. Still, very good game. I definitely recommend it. Even with whatever haters are out there, but, you know, I still love this game. Okay, give me a second. They're always in and out, in and out, in and out. I want to keep my window open because it's nice weather, but like, they're outside all the time too, and I'd rather not have them hear me and have them interfere with the video, so. Anyways, continuing on. Oh yeah, the bad review. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I'm so scared. Oh look, another bad review. Oh boy. Oh what a tragic sight. Oh god. I'm not even gonna read it. Alright, this way. Pretty lights. I enjoy the pretty lights. Oh, it's already at 10. Down into the darkness. And then the computer. Oh, hello. Let's get back. See you again. Did you reconsider? Oh, my idea for inventing a silly new subtitles for sequels like the Stanley Parable 3, Nonsense Chemicals? Would you like to start doing that now? Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you a broken achievement, did he? Wait, that broken achievement at the beginning? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great! There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Actually, it's still late. Oh, wait, I need to do it this way. 11:33. Well, it's about to change. 11:33 when I put it in. The sliders. Sure. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. 3. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. Da ba da da da. Oh. You are now playing the Stanley Parable 3. So, is there a way we can still do that? I still don't know how to do the 888 one. I haven't even tried to attempt that. But I wonder, what happens if we start the game again? Because there's been no other way to get back to the new, like, content area at the start of the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I actually want to see this for a second.
Stanley worked for a company.
Balloons, as always.
Where he was employee number 4.
We'll skip it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, hey, it's open. New content. Let's go back here. Now that we got the epilogue and everything. I'm curious to see, because there was an achievement to go to that certain door that we couldn't open, and we never really figured out how to get back to the exhibit. So that's what I'm gonna figure out now. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna go narrator.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley and about how roundly disappointing his ultra deluxe version has turned out to be.
So do we just have this open forever now?
And any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget
Should
this
it?
ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
The Stanley Parable 3.
I'm proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
No, we're in the Stanley Parable 3 narrator. You got it wrong. It's not the Stanley Parable 2 anymore. It's the Stanley Parable 3.
Superior to a measly port with a few minor additions. Think of all the new territory.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. We already heard this.
An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be. But let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. Here we are. Go on.
Okay, we're back at the exhibit. I didn't think we could come back here after this. I wonder if I could get another figure just from over there. And we like reset all that again. Let me go up here. Oh, I wish we can jump again. Jump in the jump circle. I didn't think it'd give me a certain amount for the whole game. Wait. Yeah. Can we go in here? That's a good question. Because one of the achievements, right, is set-in world champion. Set all set-in sliders in the main menu to all the available numbers. All the available numbers, so. Does that mean like send it like all to the specific stuff? Or at least just slide in it? Kinda like it to be that. Delete save data. Okay, interesting. You can just turn off the narrator's voice.
This is the story of a man named Stan.
No narrative in this game. I don't know. Controls. Crouch, move, look, interact, pause. Since I don't think I did all of that.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a man.
Okay, now I can put it all the way back up.
This is the story of a
I'm just curious.
This is the
Oh god, that went too far. Making sure they all go into all the numbers. And I'm pretty sure I did that with sound effects. And I don't know if I did all of it for you. View the view. Oh, right, I guess I can bring you back to like 65, I'm pretty sure. Was it 65 or was it 70? Sensitivity. You were at like 5 before, so I'll keep you there. And I just making sure with this one. Alright, we'll go. Okay, wait, 0. Alright, now I'll put it back to like 15. Okay. Reset again. Yes. Did I do it? Set all setting sliders in the main menu to all available numbers. I don't know. I just kind of wasted a bunch of time. I don't know if there's any way to actually get in there, though. That's the weird thing. Oh, wait, they said something about the achievement thing actually working now. Hold on. So it should work now.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Yeah, let me get it.
You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it...
Hey! Test achievement unlocked.
The machine is not working yet since... What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You've got the achievement?
Yeah.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't fix it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Is someone here? Are we being watched? Oh, God. Composure. Composure. Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It truly speaks to the awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2. Breathe.
I didn't think the subtitles were off.
Just breathe.
There you go. Alright, so there's that. Yeah, I don't know. If there is something about that achievement on the door, I don't think I'm gonna get to it. I don't think.
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I definitely want to check this out to see if we can get another Stanley figure here. Nah, you've already been here already. Nice. I was about to say, like, can we do that? I don't know. It's very interesting.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is
3.
so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Ultra Deluxe.
Bun says the name. We already seen that before. Seen the bucket.
Right there. It's future.
Wait, hold on. Can I change the balloons?
Okay, I'll be honest. I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of.
We're gonna choose this and see if it picks the other balloons.
But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday.
Because when I picked this, he chose this, so.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
Yay! Happy 12th birthday! That's what I wanted the entire time. You give it to me.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Yes, I agree. That's new. An epilogue. Let me see what happens with the epilogue now. I just want to check that out.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it will go at the end of the... well, we'll figure that out later.
Well, joke's on you. I already did figure it out later. Alrighty, so I guess we're done here. So, I'm gonna quit. Hopefully the balloon stayed, and I didn't mess that up. But let me do that. Let me actually exit the game, because they said that every time we boot up it'd be a new Stanley Parable game. So let me actually boot it up again, and see if it says the Stanley Parable 4. That's the last thing I want to check, and then we'll end off the video. Last thing, we'll check. We're about to get the Stanley Parable 4. Stanley Parable 4, are you there? Are you gonna have to set the time again? The Stanley Parable 4. Let's see. You know what? I already see the perfect name. Attack on Tax Disc. The Attack on Task Disc. It's a weird name to say, but there you go. I wonder if the backgrounds could be different now too. You are now playing the Stanley Parable 4 Attack on Tax Discs. That's amazing. Well, I guess that's a good place to end it off. If there is something, maybe I'll make another episode, but I think this is where I'm going to end it off now. We've already made this is the third little recording I've put out for this episode, so I know this is a very long episode already. So we'll end it here. If there is going to be another episode, then maybe there will be. But for now, this is pretty much the last episode of the Stanley Parable as we go on to the Stanley Parable 4. But, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the series. I definitely enjoyed this game a lot. It's been a lot of fun, especially showing off all the endings. Obviously, I knew some of them since I've seen the Stanley Parable before, and seen the new stuff, especially with the bucket. I honestly love the bucket endings. The bucket endings just have a lot more amusement into them, especially that bird one. I honestly, if I showed that bird ending to my one friend, I feel like she'd love that ending. That'd probably be her favorite ending. But anyways, end things here. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, press the like button or subscribe, do whatever, and I'll see you dudes in the next video. See you dudes next time. Jamie's like, why are you cheering on? My fortress is way stronger than your circuit. And I'm like, you'll see, you'll see. Yeah, if only there was an ability card as well to swap, that would be interesting. Well, I'd have to say, get hooked, Stanley.